Welcome to Close to Home, where we explore issues happening right in our own backyard and all across north central Florida. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at hurricane season. Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies are praising an unusual group of Good Samaritans after a jail attack. According to Gainesville police records, nearly 600 arrests were made here at Gainesville High School during last year's school year. School officials realized that some changes needed to be made to help reduce the crime and to keep the school safe. Angelina Jolie goes to Washington and a celebrity stalker is sentenced. Those are the stories in today's Hollywood Minute. Big high-pressure system, it's doing two things. Number one, it's giving us the beautiful sunny skies that we've got. And number two, it's acting like a big force field and it's deflecting all the bad weather that's going on to our north and our south. When the Florida gymnastics team starts the season in January, they could be doing it without one of their best gymnasts. The new officer here at the High Springs Police Department is only 2 years old. This is Officer Aggie.
Would you ever be on Real World? Do you think you'd ever do it?
No, I feel pretty comfortable in front of the camera in this situation, but having one hooked up like in a house and having it on all the time, recording everything you're doing, no. Tailgating and partying has always been a big part of Gator football, especially before big home games. This year, to ensure that everyone gets home safe, the University of Florida and a Branford, Florida company have teamed up to make sure both you and your vehicle get home in one piece. A new service designed to reduce drunk driving has arrived in Gainesville. The service, called Fabulous Rides, could change the way UF students think about a taxi service.
The University of Florida student body has never seen an all-encompassing DUI solution, and I feel like Fabulous Rides is that solution. It gives students the opportunity to have their cars safely brought home, as well as themselves.
The most unique part of the service is the scooter itself. As you can see, this little guy is decked out in Gator orange, but its true color is green. This little guy gets 100 miles to the gallon. When you need a ride, the driver will come right to your vehicle, and in just a handful of seconds, the scooter is folded up in these two simple steps. Once the scooter is secure in the back of a pickup or in the trunk of your car, the Fabulous Rides driver will make sure you get home safely by driving you home in your very own vehicle.
I'm excited about it, and I think people will react well to it. So far, we've gotten a great response, and people are really liking the idea. And not to mention, the scooters are cute.
I think it's a great idea, especially if you've got a group of friends that are all going out at the same time. You can just pile them into one car, go out, have your drinks, and then have somebody come and drive your car home. You don't even need to get a taxi cab in the morning to pick it up, man. That's great.
Regardless of what designated driver service you use, the most important thing is that everyone gets home safe and sound. Both UF and Santa Fe students will receive a student discount, but it's not only for students. To find out more information about Fabulous Rides, just go to their website. It's fabulousrides.com. Reporting live outside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, I'm Dan Larkin, WUFT News. Good evening, I'm Dan Larkin, live at the Swamp. Gator football season kicks off in just over 24 hours, and there's some new rule changes you need to be aware of. I'll have that story coming up. There's a new ticket scanning system that we told you about earlier in the week, but there's one more rule that you need to be aware of when you come out to the stadium. The Gators' first game of the season is quickly approaching. And there's a big rule change you need to know about before heading to the stadium. The rule isn't for the players, it's for the fans. As part of the Healthy Gators 2010 program, UF's football stadium is going smoke-free a year early.
We thought it was great for our fans to see our commitment to Healthy Gators. Really feel like this is the best for everybody involved. We do know that at times in our smoking areas it got quite smoky, quite messy, and we heard a lot of our fans asking us for a change.
Designated smoking areas at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium have been replaced with clearly marked no smoking signs. Students here on campus, they think the change is for the better.
I think it's a really good decision by the university and everything, because I mean there's just so many people that are offended and everything by people smoking out in public and stuff, so I think it's a good change.
I think that's great. I mean, the more smoke-free places we can get, the better. I mean, it's really a discomfort to a lot of fans. So, I mean, I think it's great that the whole stadium's going to be smoke-free.
If you're caught smoking, there will be consequences.
Basically, you get warned, and if you don't go and stop smoking, then you could be ejected.
While it's cool for Gator players to light up the scoreboard, It's not cool for Gator fans to light up in the swamp. So you might want to just leave your smokes behind when you head to the gate. They open at 5:30 for kickoff just after 7. Space Shuttle Atlantis is now in orbit, and we'll take you to Kennedy Space Center to show you today's perfect liftoff. Good evening, I'm Dan Larkin.
Live from North Central Florida's first television station, this is WUFT News.
North Carolina authorities find the body of a 5-year-old girl dumped along a roadside. Police believe it to be the body of Shania Davis. Her mother is accused of trying to sell her for prostitution and is charged with human trafficking and felony child abuse. No murder charges have been filed yet, but another suspect, Mario McNeil, was identified from a hotel security video which showed him with the young girl. The girl's heartbroken father told the AP he raised Shania for years and only recently decided to let her stay with her mother. A 19-year-old in Marion County is charged with premeditated murder after the body of 66-year-old Doris Babcock was found in a burning pit. Doris had last spoken to her husband on the phone Friday morning. After not hearing from her for several hours, he asked the Marion County Sheriff's Department to check in. Deputies found 19-year-old Zachary Snyder inside the Babcock home, but not Doris. They arrested Snyder after finding he had 6 of her credit cards in his pocket. Investigators learned Snyder was burning something in the pit, and the medical examiner's office confirmed it to be human remains. Space Shuttle Atlantis is now safely in orbit after a spectacular launch today at the Kennedy Space Center. It's one of the final 6 launches before the program is retired. NBC's Kristen Dahlgren filed this report from Kennedy Space Center. The crew is scheduled to return the day after Thanksgiving. And Mickey Mouse wants to make sure your hands are clean next time you meet him. The Disney theme parks are trying to prevent the spread of swine flu by installing dozens of hand sanitizer dispensers. Dispensers have been placed throughout the theme parks, hotel lobbies, and character meet and greet areas at Disney World in Orlando and Disneyland in Anaheim. Disney is also reminding visitors of basic health safety tips to prevent the spreading of the flu. But one area nonprofit is getting a mega makeover. Coming up, we'll take you to the Pace Center's groundbreaking to explain how the new place will make a difference in the lives of teen girls. Stay tuned.
You're watching WUFT News.
Welcome back. The Alachua County Practical Academic Cultural Center, otherwise known as the Pace Center, is getting a makeover. Jacqueline Ravanoff joins us now with a look at entertainment news. That's right, but there were other Gator teams in action over the weekend. Coming up next in sports, Vic Michelucci tells us about 2 teams who kicked off their season. Stay tuned.
That Colts and Patriots game, did you guys get to watch that?
That big gamble he took at the end, and the Colts capitalized on it.
In my opinion, two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, so it was a good one. Exciting.
Right. Thanks,
you.
Vic.
Thanks.
And is it going to stay warm throughout the week?
Probably.
Thank you, Asha. And finally tonight, if an ordinary hotel stay is just a little too boring for you, well, a French hotel is giving visitors a chance to see what it's like to be a hamster. For a little under $150 a night, this hotel can hook you up with a room complete with a giant hamster wheel. Hamster food is also available, and the bed, well, there isn't a bed. Guests sleep in a pile of hay. These were the first guests to give the hamster villa a try. They said it was an interesting way to get out of their daily routine. So Nadine, do you think they hook up, big bottles of water on the wall for people to drink from?
Oh, I don't know, but I know they got a lot of exercise. That's like the perfect gym workout. It's just running and drinking from water, so that'll work out.
Yes, it will. And thank you very much for joining us. BBC World News is next with the PBS NewsHour at 7.
We'll have more local news tomorrow after World Focus, right at 5:30.
Have a great night.
Good night.